Hello and welcome to our latest unboxing video. I'm Eliza here at the Hatfield Public Library and I have a really big box of adult, I think it's all fiction, and it's a lot of big name authors. So a lot of heavy hitters coming out of the park right now, starting with two copies. Kristin Hannah's The Women, and she's used to be more on the romance side, lately doing more historical fiction, incredibly popular author. So this sounds like it takes place during Vietnam, about a nursing student um, who her brother ships out to serve in Vietnam and she joins the army nurses. This is one that we initially didn't get two copies, but it's been so popular we have our second copy coming in, The Fury by Alex Michaelides, and that is like a author of the silent patient thriller, page turner. We have a new CJ box, 3-Inch Teeth, a Joe Pickett novel, a kind of unsettling title. We have a new Jonathan Kellerman, The Ghost Orchid, and this is a Alex Delaware novel. Again, sort of thriller, suspense, solving crimes. We actually have I feel like I'm surprised this doesn't happen more. We have two James Pattersons in one box. We have James Patterson and James O'Bourne, Crosshairs, a Michael Bennett thriller. So these are from two separate series. This other one is James Patterson writing with Adam Handy, Missing Persons, a private novel. Well, it's intrigued when they say first time in print, because I'm like, where was it before it was in print? I mean, a book, even if it's an ebook, it's still, maybe they mean it's the first time in print on paper. I don't know. Another big name, we have a new A.J. Finn. If you're looking for a thriller page turner, this is definitely a good box. It says, the past isn't gone, it's just waiting. The book is called End of Story. Forbidding title. Oh, it says for fans of Knives Out. Who isn't a fan of Knives Out? A reclusive mystery novelist says he's going to be dead in 3 months, so he's telling his story about how years earlier his first wife and teenage son vanished from different locations, never to be seen again. Oh, okay. So he's telling his story to a longtime correspondent, and she's trying to figure out, I guess, what really happened versus what he's telling her. This is exciting. We have the Book of Love by local author and MacArthur Genius Grant recipient Kelly Link, known for her award-winning short stories, and she also owns a local bookstore and a local printing press. And this is her first very big novel. Makes me think of the Magnetic Fields song, The Book of Love, and says she's at the height of her powers. Okay. So it's about 4 people. Wow. Sometimes the book jackets are easy to parse. Sometimes they're a little tricky to parse. I think this definitely sounds like a complicated story. So it's three teenagers who have all disappeared a year ago, were presumed dead, in fact, actually are dead, but are now back in a high school classroom, desperate to reclaim their lives, and they agree to a term proposed by their high school music teacher, and they all get resurrected, but it's complicated. That sounds complicated, but really good, really intriguing. Again, amazing writer. Prophet Song by Paul Lynch. I know a lot of Booker Prize winner 2023. That's probably what happened, because I know there were a lot of holds on this, and the librarians were all trying to get copies, and they were like out of stock or something. But we actually have it. Yay, go us. And it says, in a dark, wet evening in Dublin, scientist and mother of 4 Eilish Stack answers her front door to find the GNSB on her step. It's a secret police in Ireland. What it doesn't really say. Oh, I think this is a dystopian future Ireland. We have a new Kate Quinn, author of Black Widow. Someone is definitely after me personally as a readership because I'm always like very drawn to books with big falling apart looking mansions on cliff sides and mist. This is all what I go for. So it's about a woman who works at a casino in LA. Um, and her sister is a famous actress, and then she learns that her sister is dying at a remote rehab facility, and she decides to go find out what happened. The clinic. We have a new Paul Theroux, Burma Sahib, very famous writer, just written a ton of books. Let's see, The Great Railway Bazaar, a lot of travel writing. Oh, The Mosquito Coast, and then novels as well. And this is about it doesn't actually. Oh, yeah, no, it does say. So this is actually a historical fiction about the life of George Orwell. I didn't know this, but he lived under a different name and went to Burma and sort of saw the racial and class divisions there, and that helped form the political beliefs that led him to write his novels. And this is about that time. So that I didn't know any of that until I read the review of the book. So it sounds really interesting. Greg Hurwitz, Lone Wolf, an orphan X novel. New Dean Koontz, The Bad Weather Friend. Good title. A new MC Beaton, Death of a Spy. Not written by MC Beaton because she sadly passed away, but they're written by R.W. Green. I have heard that she's doing a good job. She's keeping it up. So that's the new Hamish Macbeth. Second copies, The Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James McBride. Everybody wants this one. And The Frozen River by Ariel Lahan, another one that people are just beating down the door for. We have Megan Nolan, Ordinary Human Feelings, very evocative cover. A family of Irish immigrants and lives near a London estate, and then a British child, I think, is killed, and they suspect that it's the 10-year-old girl in the Irish family who actually did the killing. Sounds very intense. The Caretaker by Ron Rash, who wrote Serena, In the Valley. I feel like a few other things too. So it takes place in North Carolina, 1951, about a man whose life has been altered by polio. And then, his friend is conscripted to serve overseas, and he starts taking care of his wife. Yeah, it just sounds like sort of like a human drama. I'm always interested in polio stories because my grandfather had polio. Absolution by Alice McDermott. Cover simple but effective. Interesting. So it says American women, American wives, have been mostly minor characters in the literature of the Vietnam War, but in Absolution, they take center stage. So this is all different wives in the 1960s, and then it sounds like there's another timeline in the present day. Sounds really good. Interesting to pair it with the Kristin Hannah book, which is also about women during the Vietnam War. So, yeah, that was my whole box. I'm really excited about these. The pile of books almost fell. Yeah, here's the empty box. I will be back soon with more. Bye.